Hey guys, and welcome to Sunday School at Home. I'm so glad that you can join me wherever you are, whatever time you're watching, as we finish up our series on Esther. Last week we did a recap of where we had got to up to this point and how God is always with us. And today we're going to see the end of Esther's story and the way that she takes a risk and what that means for us and what God does with her risk. Before we go any further though, we're going to pray and then we're going to sing a couple of songs. Dear Lord, thank you so much that you love us. Thank you that you are always with us. Thank you for this series on Esther and all the things it's taught us. And just thank you for your faithfulness to us. In your name we pray. Amen. Okay, so we're going to sing a couple of songs. The first song we're going to sing is Jumping for God. I've moved my guitar to make it a bit easier for myself now. We're going to sing Jumping for God, and the lyrics, they kind of tell you what to do, but there's jumping, there's clapping, there's shouting, and there's whispering. So you can do those if you wish. Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. We're going to clap. Clapping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Clapping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. We're going to shout. Shouting for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Shouting for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Now whisper. Whisper for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Whisper for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Let's jump again. Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. Jumping for God, it's what I like to do, so I'm doing it for you. That's great. A nice reminder that whatever we do, we can do it for God. Now the next song we're going to sing is called Yesterday, Today and Forever. It's not a song we would typically sing in Sunday school, but it is a song we sang this morning on our Sunday on-site service, so our Sunday service that was here in this sanctuary earlier on. And so I thought it'd be a nice bridge between the two, and it's a great reminder that God is always with us, and He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Now, there's no actions, but you can maybe have a dance as we play it, and then I will throw in some pauses every now and again so you can freeze. Everlasting God, years go by, but you're unchanging in this fragile world. You are the only firm foundation, always loving, always true, always merciful and good, so good. Yesterday, today and forever, you are the same, you never change. Yesterday, today and forever, you are faithful, and we will trust in you. Uncreated one, you have no end and no beginning. Earthly powers fade, but there is no end to your kingdom. Always loving, always true, always merciful and good, so good. Yesterday, today and forever, you are the same. We will trust you yesterday, today, and forever. You are the same, you never change. Yesterday, today, and forever. You are faithful, we will trust in you. Great. What a nice reminder. God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So what that means, though, is when we learn that he is faithful to Esther, when he's with Esther, that means that he is the same today as he was then. So it's a great reminder to us. Let's look at our big idea for today. It is that God is with us when we take risks. Now, to introduce this theme of taking risks, I have got some pictures of some people who are taking risks, but can you identify the activity that they're doing, number one? But number two, can you guess whether or not I would be brave enough to do these activities? So here we go. Let's see what we've got. Do you know what that first one is? It is rock climbing. I don't think I would be brave enough. I mean, it depends on the size of the rock. If it was a small rock, I think I'd be okay. Next one. That is a bungee jump. I know people have done it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not brave enough. Nope. Next one. Do you know what that is? That's a skydive. Like you just jump out of a plane into nothing. No. Not doing it. Not doing it. Next one. Do you know what that is? That is a tightrope walk. I think I'd love to think I could do it, but it's making my legs go funny just looking at it, so probably not that one either. Oh dear, I'm 0 for 4 here. Okay, next one. Do you know what that is? That is a hot air balloon ride. I think I'd be up for that one. I might have to have my eyes closed the whole time, but I think I'd be able to do that one. Okay, do you know what that is? That is abseiling. Now, I've done this one, so call me a daredevil, but that one I have done. What is this one here? That is whitewater rafting. I feel like I would do this one and regret it quite quickly. I think it looks easier than I think it very much is. And here's the last one. What is that? Now that is serving someone else. Now that's a different kind of risk there at the end, isn't it? When you serve somebody else. Still a risk, and a different kind of risk. And we're going to look at that a little bit closer later. But first, we're going to hear the story of Esther. We're going to hear the risk that Esther took and the way that God was with her. And excitingly as well, we have Chelsea to read that for us. So let's hear the story together now.
I'm Chelsea, and I'm going to do your reading today. Esther needed a plan. It would not be easy, but Esther was brave. She would help God's people. Esther made a nice dinner. She invited the king and Haman. The king and Haman were very happy. The king asked, "What can I do for you, Esther?" Haman tricked you. You signed a law, Esther said. It says to get rid of all the Jews. I'm Jewish. The king was mad. He did not like to be tricked. The king said, "Arrest him now." The king made Mordecai his new helper. The king was happy with Mordecai. The king was happy with Esther. The Jewish people were saved. Esther was a hero. God used Esther to save his people.
Well, that was great. And what a risk Esther took. She could have been harmed. She put herself in harm's way, but God was with her and the Jews were saved. Now, I do an interview each week with one of you, and it is time to watch that interview now. It's got some magic, some games, fun and stories. So let's watch this interview now as we continue in this theme. Hello.
Hi, Sam.
How you doing?
Good.
Great. Today was pretty cold. Are you a fan of the cold?
Well, I don't really mind cold. It's weird for me because whenever it's cold, I don't have my jacket at school or my sweater on. But when it's hot out, I have my jacket or my sweater on.
So you're controlling the weather is what you're telling me?
Kinda.
question for you. What do you think is the best job in the world?
That's a tough question.
Whatever it is, I'm going to draw it.
I would have to go with an electrician, like electrician.
I wasn't expecting you to say an electrician. Okay, here you go. Here's my picture of an electrician.
It's a good picture. It's a really good picture.
Today, one of the themes that we're going to be thinking about is taking risks. So we're going to play a game, a risk-taking game. Have you ever played higher or lower before?
No.
No? Okay. We've got a deck of cards. We'll put a card down. So it's the queen. So you have to say if you think the next card is going to be higher or lower than the queen.
I feel like lower.
Lower is probably quite a good guess. So lower, and you got it. It's a 10. Next one, is it going to be higher or lower?
Higher.
Queen. I cannot believe you got that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, higher or lower than queen? Oh, man.
Probably most likely lower.
Yeah. 10 again. Okay, higher or lower than 10?
Lower.
The king. 1 for me. Okay, but that does mean higher or lower than a king.
Okay, probably most likely lower because there's nothing higher than a king.
Queen. Okay, higher or lower than a queen?
Lower.
Yeah. Jack. Higher or lower than a jack?
Lower.
Lower. An ace. Oh, man, right to the bottom. So that's a 1. Higher or lower than an ace?
Higher.
Yeah. A 9. Okay, higher or lower than a 9?
Higher.
Higher. Oh, man. That's a jack. Okay, higher or lower than a jack?
Lower.
8. Okay, you're at 9 now. Higher or lower than an 8 for the win?
Higher.
You're going to go higher? It's a 3.
I'm going higher.
It is a 2.
What?
Woo!
Okay, higher.
Much
Cause
lower than a 2. It's a king, and you get the 10-3 win. Boom. We have been learning about the story of Esther. I'll draw it as we go along. That's Haman. Haman has tricked the king into making a law that's going to kill all the Jews.
why would you do that?
So we don't like Haman. Now, Queen Esther, who is married to the king, she is a Jew.
Yay.
So it's a little bit so it's a little bit of a tricky situation. She hosts a big meal, and the king says to Esther, I'll give you anything you want. What do you think she says?
Oh, for Haman not to kill all the people that worship God.
Yeah, get Haman to not kill the Jews. And so that's exactly what the king does. The king stops Haman killing the Jews.
And they kill Haman.
They do kill Haman, yeah. He is gone. And the Jews are saved. Esther, actually, she takes quite a risk when she plans the meal, when she says, don't kill the Jews. Those are kind of risky things, but it ends up God saves the Jews. So we're thinking about how God is with us when we take risks. A way that you can take a risk is by serving somebody else. To look after people, take care of people. What are some other ways that you could serve people, maybe at school?
Make sure no one gets bullied.
Yeah, that's a good one. Like if you're playing a game, you can make sure everyone's welcome to play your game. Now, when you do that, as I said, it's a bit risky because people might laugh at you, people might reject you. But the question is, will God leave you on your own when you take that risk?
Never.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Double sure?
Yeah.
Triple sure?
Yeah.
Quadruple sure? I don't know what comes after that. Okay, yeah, you're right. That's a good answer. Good answer. I have a magic trick for you. Did you know some cards have kind of some secret powers? Let me show you what one of those powers is. What we're going to do is we're going to use 1 ace, 2 aces, and the Joker. And it's the Joker that I'm going to show you its secret powers, okay? So as you can see, the Joker is here on the top. All right? Now, if we put the Joker on the bottom, this is when he starts to play his tricks on us. We go and try and find the Joker, and he's gone. So we're like, well, obviously now he must have gone to the top. But no, he's not on the top either. So like, well, obviously he's then in the middle. Yeah, you got it, right? No, he's not in the middle either.
Huh?
I know, it's absolutely crazy. In fact, if you go 1, 2, 3, he's completely vanished. 1, 2, 3. But this is then when the Joker starts to play his tricks even more. Because he shows up.
Huh?
He doesn't just show up there on the bottom either. He suddenly shows up on the top. He doesn't just show up on the top. He shows up in the middle. In fact, everywhere you look, there is suddenly a Joker.
Crazy.
1, 2, 3. Now, here's the thing. The Joker is having his fun. The ace is still there, still hanging around. And this is when I come to you, Jaden. What is this last card?
Probably an ace.
An ace, yeah. Here's the thing. No matter if you feel like in your life that you're a Joker or if you're the ace of the class, the king is always there.
Huh? I'm really confused.
Right. Now, I hear you have something to show me. And I hear that it's going to take some moving around. Okay, backing up a little bit now. Oh, there we go. What a shot. And that ball is just sailing away.
Okay.
There we go. Game was on the line. You sunk it. Perfect. Need to lie down for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Thanks for chatting with me.
You're welcome. Bye.
See you later. I'll see you soon. Well, those are so much fun. I love doing those. If you would like to be involved in one, do let me know. And I hope you caught some of the theme in that interview there as well. Because today we are thinking about how God is with us when we take a risk. Now, we might not be able to skydive or bungee jump, but that isn't the kind of risk that we are thinking about. When you go and sit with someone who is sitting on their own, that is a risk. And when you are kind to someone who is unkind to you, that is a risk. When you send a card to someone, that is a risk because you could be rejected, you could be laughed at. But it is a risk that could change someone's day, their week, their entire life. And you know what I know? I know that God will be with you when you take that risk. So go and find someone who needs you and serve that person. Take that risk. And know that God will be with you when you do. We've got a little activity to follow up this theme. So let's watch the video for that activity together now. Hey guys, as we continue thinking about this theme of serving other people, reaching out, taking a risk, we are going to make a card for someone this week. So you're going to need a piece of paper. I've got a piece of cardstock. You're going to fold it in half. Like that, and then we're just going to draw something on the front of it, something that might be important to somebody else. So I'm going to draw an I miss you card. There you go. So here's me having to talk to someone on a computer, because that's what we're having to do a lot of at the moment, isn't it? Everything's on a computer, and it just says I miss you there at the bottom. And then I'm going to write something inside. To, then whoever it's going to go to, I can't wait to see you again, from Sam. So that would be nice for someone who will receive that and they'll know that they're missed and that they're thought about. So who could you make a card for, and what could it be for? It could be for something else. It could be a thank you card. It could be a birthday card. It could be a Christmas card. It's coming up to Christmas. So maybe have a think. Who can you make a card for? What could the card be for? Don't forget to put your own personal touch on it and to send it. And I think that person will really appreciate what you've done for them. Okay, enjoy that. Have a great time. And let me know if you got any thoughts or questions. Bye. Perfect. And don't forget, you don't need to do the activity along with it. You don't have to be trying to quickly finish it up now. You can always go back and watch that bit again. You can carry it on later. It can be a springboard for you to do something completely different. In fact, I'd love for you to let me know what kind of stories you come up with for ways that you've served someone who is in need. Well, that is the end of our Esther series. It's the end of today, and we're going to close with our Esther song, and I'm sure some of you will be very happy to see the end of that song. But it's just a little bit of fun, a reminder of the story, a reminder that God is always with us. So go take a risk, go and find someone in need, and know that God will be with you when you do. Hopefully get to see you soon. Bye.
Let's meet Esther, who was brave and a beautiful queen. She heard a terrible plan of someone who was mean. The man's name was Haman, and he hated Mordecai. Haman made a decree to kill all of his kind, and there was nothing he could do. Mordecai said to Esther, "Tell the king something's amiss." He said, "What if you were made queen for such a time as this?" Esther knew she'd get in trouble for going to the king, so she asked for the Jews to pray for her, and waited 3 long days. Esther put on her robes and went before the king. The king was so happy, he said he'd give her anything. Esther held 2 banquets and told him everything. The king was angry and asked, who would do such a thing? Who would do such a thing? Esther said that Haman was the man, the one who came up with the plan. Haman was terrified, he went pale with fright. The king ordered Haman killed on that night. That very night. But the plot was still in place, and the Jews were in harm's way. The king issued a decree, defend yourselves however you may. The Jewish people were saved because of Esther's